Yeah, it is started.
Good evening, friends. It's a pleasure to address
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
fellow members of the institute.
I will start, sir. I will start. Happy evening to all of you. Welcome to today's meeting on how to increase your capacity to handle stress. This is a special program organized by SIRC of ICAI to mark the April 2023 month, which is being observed as Stress Awareness Month. As planned by our SIRC chairman, CA Panaraj Sirigiri, today's session will be handled by two eminent speakers from two different domains. One is a chartered accountant, CA Ramesh Narayanan, who has joined with us now. We welcome you, sir, for today's program. And another speaker is a cardiologist, Dr. S. Arvind, who will be joining with us by 6 o'clock. We will start today's program with the invocation of ICAI Motto Song as a mark of respect to our mother institute.
येष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति येष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामंशो पुरुषो निर्विमानः निर्विमानः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शितः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you. Stress has become an integral part of today's modern life due to various reasons. Work pressure, the increased demands of the workplace, such as long working hours, tight deadlines, and high workloads are some of the primary sources of stress in workplace. Second, social pressures, the need to meet social expectations can also cause a significant stress. Then technology. Technology has made our lives more convenient, and at the same time, it has also made us more accessible and constantly connected, leading to an always-on mentality that can be very stressful. Then financial pressures, the rising cost of living and economic instability have been leading to financial stress. Then health concerns. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to increased health concerns and anxiety about the future, and also other increased health issues like sudden cardiac arrest and other ailments, contributing to the overall stress levels of the individuals. So managing stress is very essential. To manage stress and improve overall well-being, it's important to develop a healthy coping mechanism and self-care practices that include exercise, medication, spending time in nature, talking to a trusted friend and relatives, engaging in hobbies and activities that bring joy and relaxation to your mind. Additionally, setting realistic goals, prioritizing self-care and seeking support when needed can alleviate stress and promote a more balanced and fulfilling life. To enlighten us more on stress management, may now request CA Ramesh Narayanan to handle the first half of today's program. It's my privilege to introduce CA Ramesh Narayanan, sir. He has a master's degree in commerce and a bachelor degree in law from Kolkata University. He is a fellow member of our institute. He is a practicing chartered accountant for the last 35 years under the firm name Ramesh Narayanan and Associates Chartered Accountants, Kolkata. He is a director on board of many listed companies. He is a visiting faculty both at CII and Institute of Leadership and Excellence of State Bank of India for senior managers. He has traveled extensively on work both in India and across the globe, associated with various voluntary and charitable organizations. Passionate high altitude trekker. Oh, that's a great, sir. while interacting with the sir prior to commencement of this program, he revealed that he has his root down south Tirunelveli. He speaks fluently in Tamil, Bengali, Hindi, and English. He is a pranic healer and arhatic yoga practitioner. He is the founder of Yoga Vidya Pranic Healing Foundation of West Bengal. With this brief, I present before you CA Ramesh Narayanan sir to handle today's session on how to increase your capacity to handle stress. Over to you, sir. So you are muted.
Good evening, friends. Thank you, Raman, for that lovely introduction. To all the professional colleagues who are logged in for this program, good evening to all of you. I welcome you to this session of increasing your capacity to handle stress. So I have because there is a doctor who will be addressing you at the end of the program. So I straight away want to get into the presentation so that I get maximum. This is a very interactive session, because when I'm talking to you about increasing your capacity, it is actually you have to experience the whole thing. It's something like if I place some sweetmeats in front of you and talk about how the Mysore Pak or the Rasgulla tastes, is not going to be good enough unless and until you pop it into your mouth and experience the sweetness. Once you experience the sweetness, you will realize what I'm talking about. We'll be on the same board, right? So let's get on. First, let me serve the sweetmeats so that I can then help you have it too. So I'm going to get down into my presentation. Well, friends, once again, I welcome you to the session on how to increase your capacity to handle stress. Stress. Well, we all have come to think that stress is a four-letter word, and four-letter words we normally attribute to abuses, right? Now, is stress, what is stress? Is it a mental phenomena? Is it a physical phenomena? Or is it a combination of both? Whatever, when we understand stress, can it be controlled? But before we go on to find out the other element, let's try and understand what actually stress means. Stress today has a very negative connotation. So we say anything that upsets body's natural mean of self-regulation is stress. Then again, we say worry that we are unable to cope with is stress. When there is excessive pressure for performance, be it in the professional field or in the personal field, you feel stressed out. And then we talk of stress as the wear and tear of body and mind. So all these makes you feel that stress is a four-letter word. And the latest thing that is increasingly adding on to stress is not just the new technology as it is developed till date, also the promise it is showing to further development. At the simplest level, we are at the beck and call of anyone who has a phone number and who has a mobile in his hand or her hand. The middle of night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, people don't even bother which part of the world you belong to. So there are different time zones, and irrespective of time zones, we get calls. In the middle of the sleep, when you wake up, obviously, that kind of a stress is a negative connotation, can never be a positive one. So first, let's try and understand what stresses before we know how to increase our capacity to handle it. Factually speaking, stress is pressure and it motivates people to thrive on a considerable amount. Let's look at our Prime Minister, our Foreign Minister, all of them, they survive under a lot of pressure, but they cope with it. They try and perform better than what they are able to in the normal circumstances. So these are people who are more often than not overcoming stress. The more your capacity to handle stress, the more you grow. The higher up you grow in any organization, higher up you increase your practice, the more it is. The more capacity of stress that you can handle for more clients. Your growth chart is going north. Stress actually gives us the push we need to perform better. Right from a person who does a 100-meter flat race under 10 seconds, you think that can be achieved without stress? Not at all. But that's a lot of controlled stress and which enables the best performance coming out of it. So stress can actually motivate us to do our best, stay focused and alert. But all this depends upon our capacity to handle it. More often than not, we use the word stress as a negative word. So associated with the negative words of stress, we have all the bodily debilitating signals, symptoms on the brains, on the nerves, a lot more heart attacks. Obesity is a clear-cut sign of stress. It's been researched and found out because if you knew the energy mechanisms of your body, you would realize that when you are stressed out, all your digestive juices start increasing its production, irrespective of whether your body requires it or not. That's it. That's the way the energy laws work. So if you knew how to control those energies, at least you would not get stressed out, and definitely obesity is going to be more under control. Diabetes is a very prime reason for diabetes is given out as stress, or basically effect of negative stress on body, or when you're stressed out or when your capacity to handle stress is lesser than what is required. Your stomach, your intestine, your complete system, whether it is cardiovascular or the gastrointestinal system. If you are stressed out, it gets affected and it translates into physical problem. So you have complete loss of health at very young age. That leads to tissue degeneration. Factually, we start aging much before the time. People who handle stress better, you will find that they age gracefully. Statistics of excessive stress. 43% of all adults suffer adverse health effects. 75 to 90% of all doctors' clinics visits are for stress-related ailments. Untreated stress, 50% chance of more emotional disorder. When you have an emotional disorder, not only your work life goes for a toss, your family life goes for a toss. All the work's pressure, stress, you come and release it at the family level. So your family level is already on the brink always. The leading 6 causes of death, which is linked to stress, is heart disease, lung ailments, liver, the cirrhosis of liver or cancers. And of course, while driving, you're so unmindful, you have accidents. And of course, suicide rate is increasing. Well, how do you know you're stressed out? There are ideal situations where you don't even have to spell that people are stressed out. so many bills to be paid, so much funds not getting generated, funds which is getting due, not getting received in time, cash flow problems, late nights, lack of sleep, improper diet, wrong timings, name it, and everything. Why? Even when you come out of the house, when a car suddenly passes by you, brushing you, leaving you, aside by hair length, oh, you get stressed out big time. Can you do anything about that kind of a stress? You can't. So more often than not, you will find the stress situations that arise, come to us, we are not in control of those, but it affects our body. So we need to increase our capacity to handle stress. If this is how you feel before and after work, well, there you are. Difficulty in sleep, anxious all the time, grinding your teeth at night, stiff neck and shoulders. Stiff neck and shoulders are not only a sign of stressed out, they are a precursor to having heart problems. Difficulty in relaxing, problem with digestion. Then, of course, these days allergy problems are going around big time, and doctors have clearly attributed it to psychosomatic problem rather than a physical phenomena. Smoking, alcohol, and all these other gutka and all, they just don't help you relax. They in fact eat on your capacity to handle stress. They are more debilitating, but they are so slow. Temporarily, we feel that they give us the energy to handle it. Not at all. In fact, they reduce our energy levels, thereby adding on to the stressed out factor. Constant worry, thinking over and over again of the same problem without reaching much solution. Well, we take offense, and mood swings are very often very commonplace. Eating habits are not good, leg shakes under the table. Time of the day is not enough. 24 hours is not enough to tackle all that we have in our hand. And all of us are ready for a long holiday, a break, a change in lifestyle. Well, how many of these apply to all of us commonly? Are you stressed? Are you stressed out? With all the deadlines that we have for submitting GST returns, for submitting income tax returns, all the returns for our clients, submitting audit reports on time, and with clients not wanting to pay up, and when they want to pay up, they don't pay you on time. Everything is stressing us out, right? More often than not, we are not in a position to control the factors which come and stress us. So instead of trying to look at the factors that generate the stress, we need, in childhood, we have heard this common thing, there was this person who had done who had posed a riddle. He had drawn a line and said, without touching the line, can we make the line appear smaller? What we do is we draw a bigger line in front. So in comparison, the whole thing will become smaller. Something like that. You have to increase your capacity to be able to be on top of stress, control it. That way, not only will you be successful, you will be physically, mentally, always on top. So it's your world in your hand. And today I'm going to, all this I've talked about till so far is to get our understanding of the negative connotation to stress that is being given today. In whichever small portion, it's not that each one's degree of stress is different from another, but whatever be it, whether it is small or large, if it is eating your capacity, if it is eating away your comfort zones and lives, there's something wrong about it. You need to do some things. And what are those things you need to do? I'm going to share 2 or 3 techniques with you, simple yet very effective techniques, which are going to be able to help you increase your capacity to handle stress. Now, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about some Mysore Pak and Rasgullas. But by just serving you Mysore Paks and Rasgullas, Is it going to help you experience the sweetness? No. What is going to help you experience the sweetness is picking up those sweetmeats and popping it into your mouth. Once you pop it into your mouth, when I talk of sweetness after that, we will be on the same level. We will be on the same board, understanding what I'm talking about. So I am going to here be from now on giving you a couple of techniques to be able to handle your capacity to overcome stress, beat stress, stress buster. You can name it whatever you want. But to be successful in life, we have to have our capacity increased to be able to handle stress. So the modern day doctors, psychiatrists, they have come up with a lot of tools by which you are capable of getting relief from stress. Now, getting relief from stress is something different. Being able to increase your capacity and handle stress is something very different. Getting relief from stress is basically move yourself away from the stressful situation. But what I'm telling you is increase your capacity. So in your day-to-day life, you have stressful situation. Because of your capacity to overcome it, they will never be debilitating to your living. They will increase to your quality of living because you will earn better. You will share better. You'll have a good, better relationship. And at the end of the day, you will not be stressing your family out because you're not being able to handle stress. So friends, I'm sure you're all eagerly waiting for me to get into the area of sharing techniques. Well, these techniques which I'm going to share today are very age-old. They're all time-tested. And friends, I'm a professional chartered accountant. I'm sharing this with fellow professionals, right? So I'm available to you anytime. At the end of the thing, I'll give you my phone number. So anyone who feels that these capacities are not going to be able to, you need to talk to me. I'll tell you with real concrete scenes as to how these have helped not only me, they are helping millions of people across the globe today. I'm going to share 3 simple techniques with you today. The first technique, though I do not have it in the presentation because I had only initially thought of giving you 2 techniques, but the third technique is so important, I decided to include it in the last moment. So I'm going to talk about it. But since I'm talking to people from Southern India Regional Council, I'm going to strike the chord, getting into that very easily with you. Because what I'm going to talk, you're all much aware of, but not aware of it the way I want you to be aware of. Okay? Now, friends, I want you to plot yourself on a stress chart before we start the session, because the proof of the pudding is always in the eating. So before we go on into our, techniques to increase our capacity, let us start off with where we have started. So I would like all of you to plot yourself anywhere between 0 to 10. 0 means absolute no stress. You're very comfortable and happy. And 10 means you're extremely stressed out and life is unbearable. So in between 0 to 10, I would like you to mark your number, what you're going to give, either right now what you're feeling or generally what you feel these days. Maybe right now you may not be very stressed out, but if you're generally feeling stressed out on more occasions in the evening, or the last time you felt you were stressed out, please give that number. Once you've given that number, we'll go on to the next test, because at the end of it, you will be comparing with the number that you're going to give again, which will be a proof for you whether it is working on you or not. That's it. If the sweetness is being experienced by you, whoever tells what doesn't matter, right? Personal experience is a very, very, very important validation of certain things in life. Let us not forget, not all validations are scientific validation that they have to go through a process of research and do all those research papers and weed out a lot of statistical errors. No, there are some things like Rasgulla and Mysore Pak, they don't need to be tested out in a laboratory. All they need to be done is pop it into a mouth and feel the sweetness. And the techniques I'm going to share with you today belong to this latter category. Well, friends, I hope you've all plotted yourself in. overcoming stress through relaxation. Now, this is the chapter I'm going to definitely relaxation. If you can relax, if you can go somewhere peaceful, calm, your energy levels will come up, especially in places like this, where you're more down to earth, your energy levels build up. But I'm going to give you a technique of energy level building up, something called super brain yoga. What is super brain yoga? In very simple language, in Tamil, it's called Topi Karna. I'm sure all of you are very, aware of it, because in down south, many people do this without knowing the exact positioning and technique to do it. Somewhere down the line, our forefathers, what they had given us has got watered down because we have not followed the right technique. Friends, just imagine, where did this Topi Karanam start off with? Or this, when children are very naughty and parents are unable to handle them, what they do is they make them catch their ears and do the sit-ups. Let me tell you, this was not meant to be a punishment, because our forefathers were very smart people. They didn't require to punish people to be able to correct them. They visualized that when a child is being naughty, all they could see is that the child's energy body is skewed. Let me talk to you a little bit about energy body before I go further on this topic. See, all of us have we have our physical body and we have our energy body, which is integrated. These are not two separate systems we have. We are commonly used to talking about, I have lack of energy. Today, I don't feel energy. Sleep, we feel rested. And some days we feel, no, 8 hours of sleep is not good enough. We wish that the alarm hadn't rung. Actually, after 8 hours of sleep, if you feel that you need to rest out more, there's something wrong with your energy levels, not with your physical levels. Basically, you're stressed out. Now, stressing out is not, though the results of stressing out is part of the physical, it results in a physical problem, but the whole thing starts at the energy level. The stressing out capacity to increase is actually increase your energy level to be able to handle the stress energy. The whole thing is at an energy level. So the super brain yoga, what it does is, it balances out our energy, skewed energy in our body. We have many energy centers in our body which have been found out by yoga and all long time back. I don't want to get into the details, but there are energy centers in the body. These energy centers not always not balanced. When they lose the balance, that is when we have some problems. The worst thing that happens with children is, when it gets skewed, they don't know how to do with it, so they tend to become naughty. So our forefathers, they devised a particular exercise by which these children's energy body could be streamlined. They could become made homogeneous without it being skewed. And one other thing they did, see, there are many of us who are right-handed people, there are many of us who are left-handed people. The difference between a right-handed and left-handed person is, for a right-handed, the left side of the brain which is more dominant, and for a left-hander, the right side of the brain which is more dominant. And in both cases, the quantum of energy that we use for a regular living is a very, very, very small portion of our brain area. What they did was, when children had excess energy, not only by doing the exercise will the energy throughout the body get streamlined, the excess energy will go and push both sides of the brain. That is why this exercise today is called super brain yoga. It is supposed to, if you do it regularly, it will not only balance your energy, you will stop small problems in your life will stop happening over a period of 3 months. What kind of problems? You will not fall ill frequently. You will not get stressed out. You will become psychologically more balanced. And with both sides of your brain, the energy pushing both sides of your brain, you will become smarter. Now, this is a very, very, very simple exercise. So I'm going to demonstrate, and I want you all to follow. If you want to have the benefit, you got to pop the sweet treat in your mouth. So first, your left hand. With your left hand, you touch your right ear with the thumb on the outside. With your right hand, you catch hold of your left ear with the thumb on the outside. First left hand, right ear, right hand, left ear. Connect your tongue to the palate. Just connect your tongue to the palate. While you sit, you will inhale. While you stand, you will exhale. Sitting and standing is one cycle. 7 cycles make a set. So friends, join me in this exercise and try and benefit from it. Left hand, right ear, right hand, left ear. Connect your tongue to the palate. Inhale, exhale. 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 Now analyze your breathing. How difficult was that? How long does it take? Hardly 30 seconds. But can you imagine, over a period of time, I have been going around teaching these techniques to teachers in schools. The headmasters and all have come back with a fit that the absenteeism, the random absenteeism that used to happen among teachers, wildcat absenteeism they call it, has stopped or reduced to a large extent in most of the schools. You know, you teach them to your children, after some time they will stop being afraid of mathematics. Why? Because with both sides of their brain being pushed, their absorption levels will become much smarter. And of course, I have a long thing on mathematics. That's just a separate session. Let's not get into that. This is Superbrain Yoga. You do Superbrain Yoga regularly. Rest assured, over a period of 3 months to 6 months, you will become internally strong. Your resistance power to falling ill, common cold cough will go away. You'll be much stronger physically, emotionally, and psychologically. Right? Now, that was the first of the technique. The second technique that I'm going to share with you, I'm just keeping an eye on the time because we have a doctor coming at the end of it. Breathing exercise, simple. We call it abdominal breathing. You can't breathe through abdomen. You always have to breathe only through lungs because lungs is only organ in the body which can absorb oxygen. But what happens is, when you fill out your lungs too much, what happens? It goes and presses on the stomach. If you realize, when you see a newborn baby, that the first thing you notice in a newborn baby is tummy going up and down because its lungs are not developed. So when it's breathing, the lungs is pushing on the stomach. Abdomen keeps moving up and down. Right? So similarly, something like that. When you breathe in, it's something like if there is a balloon, if you pump in air, what happens? It bloats. When you pull out the air, what happens? The balloon collapses. Something like that. When you breathe in, your stomach should expand. When you breathe out, your stomach should contract. Put your left hand on your stomach and try this for a second. Breathe in, your stomach should expand. Breathe out, exhale, your stomach should go in. So while you're breathing in, it's like putting in air in the balloon. All you have to do is you breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. That is one cycle. You do 7 cycles, it is one set. It's not going to take you more than 30 seconds to do one cycle. So let's practice. Sit with your back straight, put your left hand on your stomach and follow my instructions. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. 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 One more time. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Normalize your breathing. You just give a couple of minutes. For no reason, you will find yourself energetic. And this is exactly what you need to do. Every day in the morning, you wake up. After you take your bath, energize yourself first by doing a super brain yoga and do this one set. The total is going to take you just 1 minute. With that 1 minute investment, the benefit and the return that is going to come back to you is multifold. One, you will do this pranic breathing once in the afternoon after lunch while you're in the office and you're feeling a little sleepy or you feel like taking a power nap, whatever. Do a pranic breathing. And in the evening, when you come back home, when it is family time, you have to spend time with the family. You need a lot of energy. Do your pranic breathing once, super brain yoga once a day, and pranic breathing thrice a day. So you bet over after a week, I'm going to get a lot of calls from you. I'm going to share my number. Any of you have anything you want to take it forward on this, please, it'll be a pleasure for me to be interacting with you to take it forward so that your professional life becomes real good. Well, pranic breathing is what? Hold left hand, right ear, thumb on the outside. Right hand, left ear, thumb on the outside. Connect your tongue to the palate. Inhale while you sit. Exhale while you stand. One cycle. Like this, 7 cycles make one set. Now, there are certain rules to this. Those who are below 45 years, for best results, face east. Those who are above 45 years, for best result, face north. If you don't know which direction, doing is better. But if you do it in the proper direction, the result is maximized. Great. Now, ladies, if there are lady professionals who are attending the seminar, just remember, during your monthly cycles, avoid doing this because it mixes the energy from up and down. Just during those 3 days, avoid. Deep abdominal breathing, inhale, slowly hold, exhale, slowly hold. One cycle, 7 cycles make a. Now I'm coming to the third and the final part of the most powerful part of energy generating system. I'm going to go through a technique of meditation. The technique is to anchor something called divine energy. Why divine energy? Because divine energy increases your capacity to handle stress many times. It's really going to be a. What does a meditation actually do for you? Research has found out all this happens. When deep sleep, what is the, say, alpha, beta, theta, and delta, which state you are in? When deep meditation and dreaming, you are at theta stage. And theta stage always keeps you very balanced in life. And all these are research material, mind you. This has got nothing to do with, I picked it up from the net and I'm telling you. See, this meditation on twin hearts is a very ancient meditation technique. It's a simple and powerful tool for personal and spiritual development. It's being practiced in many countries across the globe today. It's not being practiced by thousands. It's being practiced by millions of people across the globe today. Coming to us, meditation on twin hearts. This is a technique for meditation. There is no mumbo jumbo out here. It's simple. You do this, you'll find the effectivity. Why do I call this ancient meditation technique? Because this was known to many saints and seers across time. Let me give you some names which you will associate with. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda, Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak, Saint Francis of Assisi. Name it. I mean, even Adi Shankaracharya, we all know that gentleman, history tells us from 7th century AD. So if he knew this technique, you can imagine it is definitely an ancient technique, right? It's a very powerful technique. Why is it powerful? Because why Mother Teresa? Why is it called a powerful technique? Because it enables you to become very powerful. It's a tool to become powerful. Powerful means your energy body will become very powerful, enables you to handle tremendous amount of stress without getting stressed out. This meditation, by the way, is also known as a stress buster meditation. The first thought that comes to you, by the way, all the names that I took, they all belong to spiritual world, but they were all very powerful people. Look, an organization started by Swami Vivekananda. He's passed on so many years gone. That organization, Ramakrishna Mission, is even now surviving and it is growing by the day, getting more powerful. Same with missionaries of charity started by Mother Teresa. And what to talk about the organization started by Adi Shankaracharya. 4 mutts all across India. Jyotirmat, Dwarka in west, Puri in east and Sringeri down south. All those 4 mattas after 1700 years are still continuing today and they are even more powerful today. Can you think of any other organization which is run like this so far? How could they achieve this kind of an organization structure and continuity? Because they were all powerful people. They knew the benefit of divine energy. They knew how to anchor divine energy. Let me tell you this twin heart meditation. What does it mean by twin heart? Normally, we know of only one heart, which is a physical heart in our body. So before we go on to this technique of meditation, let us understand which heart are we talking about. See, we are commonly used to talking about he or she is a large-hearted person. He or she is a kind-hearted person. The large-hearted person, can you imagine the physical heart? If it had got bigger, it is actually a condition of sickness. It is called enlarged heart syndrome. Actually, a heart loses its capacity to pump. It loses its elasticity. But when we talk of a large-hearted person or a kind-hearted person, are we talking of a sick person by any chance? Not at all. In fact, when we talk of a large-hearted person, in Hindi, we even say Dil Darya. Dil Darya means, a big heart. Aranda Manasi. I mean, we use all these terminologies without knowing which heart we are talking about. Because if the physical heart is what we are talking about, everything we are talking about is actually a condition of sickness. But we are talking of a large-hearted person. We are talking of a good person, a sharing person, a caring person, a giving person, a very loving person. So which heart are we referring to? Actually, we are referring to an energy center besides the physical heart. This energy center, it blooms whenever you are happy, like a flower. When you see a lovely sunset, when you spend lovely time with your children, your spouse, your friend. Why? The small puppy, when you come across the puppy comes and licks you, your heart just blooms. A small child, your heart blooms. Which heart? Not the physical heart. It's the heart center, the energy center beside the physical heart which blooms. This is an energy center for which blooms when we love people whom we can see. Anything that we can see, when we love that, when it makes us happy, the center blooms. The divine energy which I was talking about, that anchoring point for divine energy in the physical body is in the crown center. On this center, there is an energy center. But there's an intricate relationship between these two centers. Unless this is open, this will not open. And unless this is open, you cannot anchor divine energy. So it's a technique. To anchor divine energy, you need to open up the crown center. And to open up the crown center, you need to open up the heart center. That is why you will realize all the great names that I took, whether it is Mother Teresa or Swami Vivekananda or Adi Shankaracharya or Saint Francis of Assisi, or Lord Buddha, all of these people had one more thing in common. They spent their life in the service of humanity. The reason is they knew that to keep their heart center open, they have to love the fellow human beings. So they spent their life in service. That way, they could always keep their crown center open and be recipient of divine energy. And when they had divine energy with them, whatever they performed was powerful. Simple. So now that we know the technique, good. We want to become powerful people, we can start doing service to mankind from tomorrow. Easier said than done. We are professionals. We have our family, we have our business, we have our profession to take care of. Yet, we need the divine energy to be able to make us more powerful, make our energy level so powerful that we are in control of not only stress, stress is so small, we are in control of most of the things in our life. And with divine energy, that is possible. Revealed by Master Choa Kok Sui in his book, Ancient Science and Art of Pranic Healing. So these talks of two energy centers, one besides your physical heart, one on top of your crown center. Meditation of twin hearts actually enables us to draw tremendous amount of divine energy. I will tell you the benefits of twin heart meditation as soon as we end the meditation. It's a 21-minute self-guided meditation. You don't have to do anything. Listen to it. This meditation starts with an exercise, ends with an exercise. And in the middle, there is a small prayer that is used to bless Mother Earth. And the prayer is of prayer written by Saint Francis of Assisi. It's a wonderful prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Doubt, faith. There is despair, hope. Darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. These are the blessings that we will bless Mother Earth with. He will tell, we will listen. It's a self-guided meditation. We don't have to do anything, just to listen and follow suit. That's it. Enjoy the meditation. It's a technique to anchor divine energy. This prayer, by the way, in most of the schools in Calcutta, I do not know about South, in most of the schools in Calcutta, the students in the morning, in the assembly, they say this prayer before they start their day. And let me tell you, this prayer that they say is much, much bigger than what is given here. But this gentleman, Master Choa Kok Sui, has used only these 6 lines of the prayer in his meditation of twin hearts, in his composition of meditation of twin hearts. The whole procedure of twin hearts is very simple. I'm going to explain it to you. I may not do it because it's a very self-guided meditation. But if I explain it to you, it will become easier for you to follow. We start off with the physical exercises, which I will guide you, which I will lead you in doing so. This physical exercises to clean the energy channels in our body, that when the divine energy gets anchored, it rotates throughout our body smoothly. When we sit down, we'll connect our tongue to the palate and we'll keep our tongue connected to the palate right throughout the meditation. Invoking for divine blessing will be done in the voice of the meditator. Master Choa Kok Sui's voice we are going to use. He will tell everything, we will just listen. First, he'll ask you to recall a happy event. Any happy event which makes you smile. And when you're smiling, he'll ask you to focus on your heart center. When you're feeling happy and smiling, and when you're focusing on your heart center will bloom. Then he'll ask you to recall another happy event. And when you're recalling the second happy event, he'll ask you to focus on your crown center. When you're happy and smiling and focusing on the crown center, and because you've already opened up your heart center, this center is ready to open up. With these 2 centers open, he will ask you to raise your hands in a blessing position and visualize Mother Earth in the form of a small ball, like the globe which we use in our geography classes. So it's easier to bless Mother Earth. If Mother Earth is in front of you, in front of a small ball, so we will bless Mother Earth. We will listen to it. First, he will start the prayer. He will ask us to focus on our heart center and bless Mother Earth while he's saying the prayers. We listen to the prayer. and bless Mother Earth. Then afterwards, he'll ask us to focus on our crown center and keep blessing Mother Earth while he says the prayer. Finally, he'll ask us to bless Mother Earth both through heart and crown simultaneously. While he's saying the prayer, we listen and keep blessing Mother Earth. After this blessing is over, he'll ask us to put our hands down. Please don't use any symbolic, mudras or whatever in your hand. Just keep your hands simple and straight. Keep your eyes closed. He'll ask you to focus on 6 inches on top of your crown and visualize a brilliant star or a brilliant light. And he'll ask you to be aware of that light while he chants Om. He will chant Om 9 times. Say he'll chant Om like this. Om. Om. You realize where the one Om ends and another Om begins, there is a small gap. In this gap lies great stillness. He'll ask you to be aware of the brilliant light during the stillness and continue listening to the mantra Om. 9 times he will chant. After 9 times, he'll continue. He'll ask us to be in peace, silence for a short while, for a couple of minutes. During this period of silence, tremendous amount of divine energy gets anchored in our energy body. 1% of which is enough, not only forget about stress busting, it's enough to take care of us for a lifetime. What do we do with the balance 99? He'll say, release your hand, to raise your hand and to release excess energy. We'll again visualize the earth in front of a small ball and we release excess energy. Why to Mother Earth? Because everything that we love, our spouse, our children, our parents, our in-laws, our friends, our colleagues, they're all a part of this earth. So when you bless Mother Earth, they all get blessed. In fact, we are also part of Mother Earth. So it comes back to us. And see, we are all actually taken care of by my Earth's energy body. We are all rooted to Earth. So by blessing Mother Earth, it comes back to us. After this blessing, we will do something called a rooting technique. What happens is when you are visualizing yourself a little away from Mother Earth, our connection to Mother Earth gets weakened a little. It's something like this. When you travel in flight for 6-7 hours or long distance, what happens is your energy connection to Mother Earth gets weakened a little bit. That's why we have something called a jet lag. All we need to do is reconnect ourselves back to Earth. How? He'll say, visualize a brilliant point of light going from your tailbone or your feet 3 meters or 10 feet into the ground. And while you are visualizing that, you will say some more blessing to release more excess energy to the ground. Once that grounding is done, you will say a thanksgiving and end the core meditation. The meditation starts with an exercise and ends with an exercise. The ending exercise is to assimilate the energy that you have anchored during the meditation. So simple, let's do our meditation and we'll end it with a thanksgiving prayer. I will be guiding you out throughout the whole thing. Not to worry. During this, now I'm going to show you a visualization of a person doing twin heart meditation. During the period of silence, tremendous amount of divine energy gets anchored into our energy body. This meditation is a very simple meditation. You should have absolutely no problem while doing this meditation. In case any of you have any problem, all you have to do is open up your eyes. Otherwise, connect your tongue to the palate and let's enjoy the meditation. Okay. Now, shall we all stand up? Let's do our physical exercises before we go on into the core meditation technique. Come. Please stand up, all of you. Rotate your eyeballs clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Neck sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Upper body twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hip rotation clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend your knees a little and imagine you are sitting on one of those gym balls and bounce 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, forward, backward bending. If any of you have a spine problem or a back problem, be careful. Otherwise, join me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Arm rotation backward. Put your arms on your shoulders and rotate backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Elbow flick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And wrist rotation clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Knee flex, right knee, kick the football. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ankle rotation clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Left leg clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Stretch your ankles. Right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Give yourself a big hand. You know why we clap? We clap because when we do this exercise, all the congested energy, negative energy, energies which are not required by our body get flushed out of our system. But they are our energy, they have a tendency of coming back. When you clap, they get dispersed and they won't get back to you. Good. Now sit with your back straight. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Relax and enjoy the meditation.
This is Master Fa Ko Sui. Let us invoke for divine blessing. To the Supreme God, to my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the saints, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and all the great ones, we humbly invoke for divine guidance, divine love, for illumination, for divine oneness, divine bliss, divine help, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith. Connect your tongue to your palate. Recall a happy event. Take your time. Re-experience the exquisite feelings of sweetness, of tenderness, and of love. You are smiling. You are filled with love and happiness. Very gently and lovingly, smile at your heart center. Your heart center is a being of love. Gently and lovingly smile at your heart. Say words of love and sweetness to your heart. Wait for the response. Can you feel your heart center responding with love, with joy and bliss? The feeling is fantastic. Recall another happy event. Re-experience this happy event. Smile at your crown center. Your crown center is a being of divine love. Say words of love to this being of divine love. Lovingly and gently smile at your crown center. Wait for the response. Can you feel your crown center responding with divine love and divine sweetness? We are going to bless the earth with loving kindness. We will be using the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. Raise your hand with your hands facing outward. Imagine the earth in front of you, the size of a small ball. Be aware of your heart and silently repeat after me. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Feel the inner peace within you. Allow yourself to be a channel for divine peace. Feel the peace within you. Let it flow through your arms, through your hands. Gently and lovingly share this peace with the small earth in front of you. Feel the peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Feel the love within you. Allow yourself to be a channel for divine love. Feel this love within you. Feel this love flowing from your heart to your arms and to your hands, going to the small earth in front of you. Bless the earth with peace and with love. Where there is injury, pardon. Allow yourself to be a channel for divine forgiveness, divine reconciliation. Bless the earth with the spirit of forgiveness, the spirit of reconciliation. Let there be understanding, harmony, and peace. Where there is despair, hope, doubt, faith. Allow yourself to be a channel for divine hope and divine faith. Bless the earth with hope and with faith. Bless people who are having a difficult time. Bless them with hope and with faith. Silently tell them, you can make it. Bless them with divine hope, with divine faith, with divine strength. Blessings be to all. Where there is darkness, light, sadness, joy. Allow yourself to be a channel for divine light and divine joy. Bless the entire earth with light and joy, especially people who are sad, people who are in pain, people who are depressed. Fill them with light and joy. Be aware of your crown, the center of the crown. Imagine the small earth in front of you and silently repeat after me. From the heart of God, let the entire earth be blessed with loving kindness. Feel the divine love and the divine kindness. Let the entire earth be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace, with goodwill and the will to do good. Imagine people are not only talking about doing something good, but actually acting out this goodness. Blessings be to all. Be aware of your heart, your crown. Simultaneously, imagine the earth in front of you. From the heart of God, let the entire earth, let every person, every being be blessed with divine love and kindness. Imagine golden light from your hands going down to the entire earth, filling the whole earth with light, with love. From the heart of God, let every person, every being be blessed with divine sweetness, with divine joy, with warmness, tenderness, with inner healing, with inner beauty, with divine bliss, divine oneness with all. Gently put your hands down. Imagine a brilliant star on your crown. Look at it gently and lovingly. And silently chant the mantra Om. Lovingly meditate on the brilliant star and simultaneously chant the mantra Om. Be aware of the mantra Om. Meditate on the interval or stillness between the two Oms. While meditating on the interval or stillness between the two Oms, be aware of this brilliant light. At the interval between the two Oms, there is stillness. Be aware of the stillness and be lovingly aware of the brilliant star or the brilliant light on your crown. And let go. Oh. Continue with your meditation. Relax and let go. Very gently return to your body. Gently return to your body now. Gently move your fingers Place your hands on the chest level with your palms outward. Imagine the earth again. We are going to release the excess energy. Let the entire earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let the whole earth be blessed with peace, order, spirituality, abundance, and prosperity. Let every person, every being be blessed with happiness, with good health, with spirituality, and abundance. Blessings be to all. Now gently be aware of the base of your spine and your feet. Imagine light going down into the earth, 3 meters or 10 feet. Silently say, let Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power. Let Mother Earth be blessed. Let Mother Earth be regenerated. Blessings be to Mother Earth. To the Supreme God, we thank you for your divine blessing. To my spiritual teacher, all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the saints, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and all the great ones, we thank you all for your great, great blessings. Thank you. You may gently open your eyes with a big, big smile.
Friends, gently massage your eyes, your face, your scalp, your neck, shoulders, your arms, tap your body, massage your legs. Oh, well, friends, how is it? So, before I give you the benefits of twin-heart meditation, you remember the stress chart we had plotted out before we started the session? Please take a couple of seconds and chart out how you're feeling right now. Because that is the reality, you know, it's the sweetness that I was talking about. If it is moved from higher to lower, there you go. So anyone who wants to be in touch with me on this topic can always get back to me. I'll give you my phone number and contact details at the end. But before that, I would like you to know the benefits. See, increased energy level resulting in reduced stress level. That means what happens is your energy level increases, so it is always on top of your stress levels. So you will never get stressed out. Do you realize suddenly you're feeling peaceful and happy just by spending 21 minutes on this? You do this regularly, you always feel peaceful and happy because stress levels will always be lesser than your energy levels. If you're peaceful and happy always, you will find that wherever you go, you're more welcome. The family, you'll have a good relationship with your friends, with your colleagues, with your department people. Everyone likes happy people, you know. If you come, you'll be more welcome. The more welcome you are, the more better self-esteem you will have. And the better self-esteem, you'll have success in all facets. And remember, where twin-heart mentioned, the energy comes down in your crown center. The first places it energizes is your brain. It increases your intuitive faculties. Generally, you will find that you have success in all facets of life, not just your professional front, your personal front, your social front. Every front you'll have success. Because it energizes your brain, your mental clarity and intelligence will be increasing day by day. What is magnetic personality? People without knowing, they get drawn to you. You have energy levels, excess energy levels. And when you do a twin heart meditation, it's like a spiritual shower. What it does is, see, if you, most of you will find that you're feeling lighter. Why are you feeling lighter? Because all the negative thoughts and energies from your energy body has been washed off by doing this twin heart meditation. Your energy body is right now squeaky clean. Regularly you do this, people will stop looking at your physical body. They'll look at your energy body without realizing, and they'll get attracted by the brilliance of it. So on a regular basis, you do twin heart meditation, you will develop magnetic personality. Of course, with the exercises, it's always a healthier and a healthier physical body. Good luck. Has it ever happened to you that you go somewhere and there are two queues, and the one queue in which you stand, the other queue moves forward faster? You do twin heart meditation regularly, the queue in which you go and stand will move faster. You know why? Not because you're standing there. It's because without knowing, your intuitive faculties will guide you to the right lines. So can you imagine if this is happening to you if you're investing in stock market or any of the investments? Awesome. So your intuitive faculties will make you more successful in life. It'll bring you more good luck. Good luck is what? Things happening without your knowing. That's it. Well, friends, these are tools to fix your life, to suit your needs. These are for people like us who want to do better and who expect more from life from ourselves. So, well, friends, this is where I need to sign off because there is a doctor who is coming in another 2 minutes. So I would like to open up the floor for any queries that you may have. And then I will sign out by giving you my contact number and details. I'll give you. Okay, I'm Ramesh Narayan at ICAI.org. And my mobile numbers are 98361 58096. That's one. The second one is 98300 89676. You can always WhatsApp me on this and give you a query. I'll call back when it's convenient, or you can try calling. If it's convenient, I'll pick up your calls. Just mention your name and that you're a fellow chartered accountant from SIRC, and I'll be very happy to help you whatever little bit that I can to make sure that you live a wonderful life. And that's what chartered accountants are meant to be, leading wonderful lives. Well, I'll hand over the session to the Southern India Regional Council so that they can open up the floor for queries. If you have any queries, please do ask.
Sir, the doctor will join in 5 to 7 minutes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let me continue then. Let me continue with this session before the doctors share. Friends, this pranic healing is a school of techniques which I have tripped into. Tripped is what I would say, because just came for some reason I got, and I find, oh, what a wonderful world is this. It's a world full of my own energy. See, people talk of spirituality, people talk of this life, next life, last life. I'm interested in leading a good life now. So anything that adds on to increasing the quality of my life, my living, I'm game for trying it. And these tools that are available to us are wonderful tools. The 3 tools that I gave you, if you can manage to do super brain yoga and pranic breathing daily, you have a good thing going. If you can do twin heart meditation, which is actually 21 minutes plus that exercise times, life is wonderful. Why not? It's worth investing in something which is going to pay you back, and there is no downsides to it. Yes, Mr. I think Dr. S. Arvind has just come on board. And yeah, And it's proven fact that, meditation helps lower down your stress levels. Actually, meditation helps increasing your capacity to handle stress. And more better you handle stress, less debilitating it is for your physical body. Else, I can tell you more about energy centers, how this energy mechanism of how stress works, why obesity is a result of stress, why a heart attack is a result of stress, why sleeplessness is a result of stress. I can keep on going. There was a lady I came across who had been having right arm pain for a long time. And this lady had shown all the doctors that is possible in India. Finally, the doctors, what they suggested to her? Please go and meet a psychiatrist. And after a few sessions, she became okay. So, stress is not, though it has a debilitating effect on the physical body, but it is more emotional, mental, energy, name it in whatever you can call it. Well, friends, I think I'll be signing off with Dr. Arvind here. He's here to take the next part of the session. Yes, Dr. Arvind, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. So I'm audible, sir.
Good evening. Pardon?
Yeah, I'm audible, sir. I'm audible.
Oh, you're
you are very much audible, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Rahman, thank you for this lovely and wonderful opportunity. I think we'll be meeting more in the future. For the present, I hand over the session to Rahman so that he can continue with Dr. Arvind. Right?
Yeah. Thank you very much,
Good evening,
Ramesh, sir. In fact, that was an amazing and interesting session. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time and presentation, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, with your permission, we are recording and uploading this video in our SIRC YouTube channel for the benefit of our members at large.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Sir, I want to reiterate that this is a special program organized by SIRC of ICAI to mark the April 2023 month, which is being observed as a Stress Awareness Month. As said earlier, today's program is being handled by two eminent speakers from two different domains. One is Chartered Accountant CA Ramesh Narayanan, who has handled the first session very well. And now we have with us a cardiologist, Dr. S. Arvind, who will handle the second session. On behalf of Office of SIRC of ICAI, we welcome you, sir, for this session. Let me introduce Dr. S. Arvind. Dr. S. Arvind did his doctorate of medicine in cardiology in Amartya Vishwa Vidyapeetham University, Kochi. He did his MD General Medicine in JJM Medical College, Davanagiri, Karnataka. He did his MBBS in JSS Medical College, Mysuru, Karnataka. He is a professional member of Tamil Nadu Medical Association, Medical Council, Cardiology Society of India, fellow in European Society of Cardiology, Indian Medical Association, and the Society for Cardiovascular and Angiography and Interventions. He has got a good working experience. He started his practice as an interventional fellowship at Madras Medical Mission, junior consultant cardiologist at MMM Hospital, consultant cardiologist at Apollo Specialty Hospitals, Vanagaram, Chennai. And presently, Dr. Arvind is the senior consultant cardiologist. He done his research and publications on various journals, including Indian Heart Journal, European Heart Journal, etc. He has done various national and international level presentation. He did his clinical research as a part of his MD curriculum in prevalence of metabolic syndrome in coronary artery disease proven by coronary angiogram and a syntax score in multi-vessel coronary artery disease, real world practice. He is having his clinic at number 14/1, Koti Apartments, College Road, Nungambakam, Chennai 6, in the name of AS Heart Clinic. He can be reached through his clinic landline number 044-2825-1399. With this brief, I present before you Dr. S. Arvind to handle the second section. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir. So I think Dr. now they have had a good session on stress. As also sir has clearly mentioned about stress is one of the major factors for having any disease in the body. It's one factor which is running very high in the present generation of people, let it be an elderly people or middle-aged people or youngsters. So all these people try to have stress at their own, even including children who are in the schools, have various levels of stress. And I think a part of it has been covered professionally by Sir. So in the next few minutes, we'll be covering about going through the risk factors for heart and how to have a healthy heart. So this is one of the major things. Prevention is always better than cure. So there was a time where we used to see heart attacks only in the late age groups of around 50s, 60s. So when we were early in the medical colleges, we used to get only patients who are above 50 and 60. The young patients, even if they try to have a young heart attack, used to be a very rare event, which used to be spoken very in the major meetings, and the case presentations will be done. Of late, even you would have come across through various media news as well as the circle around you, through their friends, official circles, family circles, young patients having heart attack. So this is one of the major things what I thought I should speak upon today. So this young heart attack, as we say that heart is an organ, is one of the excellent organs which works till we live, and the last till the last beat, their heartbeats. This thing will be there. Each and every organ in the body is very important, of which heart is one of the most important organs. See, coming to the risk factors for this heart disease, there are various risk factors, conventional risk factors and non-conventional risk factors. See, the conventional risk factors per se include, as you would have heard about, aging is one of the risk factors. Our gender being male itself is a risk factor. Diabetes mellitus, that is having a sugar, having a high blood pressure, having a high cholesterol, having a family history of heart disease, smoking. These are some of the major conventional sort of risk factors what we have to have in heart disease. So there are n number of heart disease, of which today's topic is predominantly going to be around coronary artery disease. So then coming to the non-conventional risk factors, where having this high level of stress, young generation of people having heart attacks, where we don't see any of this conventional sort of risk factors, only this non-conventional risk factors what we see, where we try to mention about stress about in any meeting or forum where I try to speak. I try to cover up, touch a few areas of where we are going wrong really, and why this develops into a sort of a problem into our system. So first and foremost of this starts with our I always insist on this sleeping pattern. So sleeping pattern is one of the most important thing, where let it be, as we said, the people of all the age group of people are trying to compromise much, especially people, young generation people who try to IT sector people or various professional group also. They try to think that the sleep can be looked into, or the sleep is being looked down rather than being given much of importance. See, there was a time where we used to have a healthy sleep. Still, I remember the way back in our young school days, where I'm coming from a village background, where we used to, my granny used to give the food by around 6:30 and 7:30, the entire village will be completely shut. So after which, nowadays till 12 and 11, even my son himself is awake till 11:30 and 12. See, this is not the healthy pattern of what it is. So we should see to that sleep is being properly guided by the parents or by ourselves. We should give importance to the sleep, because the sleep is one of the most important thing in the body, which affects each and every organ in the body, especially the heart much. So once there is a lack of sleep, a couple of days in a month is okay, but continuous sleep disturbance is one of the major risk factors to have an heart attack. There are two patterns of sleep. One is called as the REM sleep, and the second one is called as non-REM sleep, where the patient tends to have, where there will be an awakening moment, and the deep sleep and the normal sleep. This sort of disturbance in the sleep, do not have a good sleep, or a deep sleep part is used, tend to have high blood pressure. Once this high blood pressure is attained, over a period of time, the people try to develop invariantly the heart diseases. So then coming to exercise part. See, this is a point which needs to be addressed among all the group of patients, we should try to do a good regular exercise. Again, there might be a questions where exercise is being done, the people are dying in the gym, people are dying in the ground itself, having sudden cardiac deaths. See, there are various entities. It does not happen to each and every human being. They are genetically might be prone, or overdoing things might be prone to have all those things. So do not worry about all those rare events, and do not try to push your body in overnight. See, you might have been a good athlete or a good player, and once you are after a gap, when you're restarting, do not try to overdo things overnight. So try to gradually build up. Though you will be able to do certain things, do not try to overdo the things, and try to build up the things over a period of time, which will be beneficial to you and your body. So then third thing, coming to diet. So diet, as we know, there was a time where we doctors only used to advise, all as in this forum, all being an educated forum or a high professional forum. So where this diet is one thing where there are n number of dietary patterns what people insist on. There are various named diets where you come across with social media, in the papers or in the news channels. Following this sort of a diet reduces weight in such a short period of time. See, everything, you do not gain weight overnight, or it does not gain in a month or two. See, you try to gain the weight over a period of time. Try to decrease your weight also in a gradual way. Do not try to do all these shortcut methods and fell into stress. Yes, I'd like to give an example. Whenever I say about this dietary, this thing, I had a patient who is only around 19 or 20 years old, who was 120 kgs. See, this man had a chest discomfort on an ongoing chest, like burning sensation. The chest was touched by his family doctor and reassured for a couple of days, saying that it won't be a heart attack, because they didn't even think that it can be a heart attack. And third day, this man was got to our hospital here, where the emergency team did an ECG and found out that this fellow had evolved heart attack. Means the heart attack has come 2 to 3 days back already. So such a man, in the age of 19 to 20, what he did when we went through the history, he's not a smoker, he's not an alcoholic, he does not has any abusive substances. Otherwise, his sleep pattern was okay. Exercise recently started. And his mother came out and said that last 4 weeks to 6 weeks, he's on a named diet where they ask him to take only liquids throughout the day. No solid food at all in the last 1 week. The first 4 weeks, the diet was different. And the last week, it was only liquid. That's what she said. See, our body does not accept such things all of a sudden. We try to, we think that we might do well, but ultimately the body's response won't be similar. See, this man had a thing called as oxidative stress, increased oxidative stress, and ultimately there was a huge coronary vasospasm which led to this heart attack. And luckily, when we did an angiocardiogram for this man, the coronaries were normal. So we kept him on medicines for a couple of months, and then we stopped all the medicines, and he is doing well now. But there is something called as coronary vasospasm, which mimics an heart attack. Here, what happens when the oxidative stress levels in the body increases, automatically the vasospasm comes in and the artery gets clogged. And once the artery gets clogged, and it releases over a period of time. So this phenomenon is called as coronary vasospasm, which mimics an heart attack. So young patients also should be taught in, again, the youngsters, what happens is like delayed presentation is one of the major reasons for having an heart disease, or the severity is going to be very high, because even the smallest thought is not there among the treating doctors who are general doctors, plus the family, including the patient. And the majority, they don't have, even one hospital, they say that this is an heart attack. They are not ready to believe that it's an heart attack, and they try to run around with the same ECG. A couple of bad events also has happened. What we see in our, they have reached to our hospital as the third or fourth hospital by the time they were brought even dead. So once one of the hospitals tries to say that you have a problem, try to stick on to that hospital and try to get the first aid properly, stabilize yourself. And second thing, in the young group, what happens is like majority of them are brought to the hospital by their friends. They stay away from their families. They are not along with their families. So decision making again becomes difficult. The moment we try to say that they have this problem, the entire group of friends as well as the patient, they try to, they are in a panic mode. So they are not ready to accept that that this is the problem. So delayed presentation is one of the increased cause for death in this young group of people. And this young group of people, again, the collateral formation will be very less when compared to an adult population. So the system itself, there is a way by which our heart establishes its own networking of blood vessels rather than doing an interventional procedures as doctors. Through this mechanism, over a period of time in young people do not have this sort of collateral system where the natural bypasses do not happen in young age. So this is another reason where we try to have increased amount of young deaths or young people having heart attacks do not do. So, so diet is one part. So as I said about this diet, do not venture into this sort of any named diets. Try to follow, because India being a demographically huge country and this being called as a subcontinent, so each and every family has its own way of eating. So we cannot, at least I do not stress upon like this should be the diet and this should not be the diet, because each and every group of people have their own way of eating for generations together. So all of a sudden it cannot be westernized by saying that you should take only broccoli, you should take only oats in the morning, you should not go for this and it should be only a millet based diet. It should not be like idli and dosa. It should be only like continental breakfast. No, it does not work out this way for a prolonged period of time. Might be 2 months or 3 months. You might be sticking on to such sort of a diet. At the end of 3 months, your family members itself, they will start scolding you for doing such sort of dietary system. So what I always insist for the diet is like try to follow whatever the pattern you have been having in your family way, and try to reduce the quantity of food by 20 to 30% over a period of time, and try to stick on to that and try to increase the fruits and vegetables in your diet. This is all what is possible. Try to avoid having oily foods, outside foods. These are another important things I would like to stress to all the things. So preserved food, and this is another major thing where we try to find our this thing, preserved food, for prolonged ready to eat food, preserved foods. These are the another major causes for, because all this ready to eat and preserved foods has high salt content. The moment our body has this high salt content, it tries to have our blood pressure increases, and it leads to all sort of other, once this blood pressure increases, our sympathetic activity initiates, and this in turn causes heart problems. So diet, exercise, regularized diet, a good moderate exercise, and good sleep, and reduced amount of stress. So these are the 4 or 5 important factors what determines to have a healthy heart. Then comes in the non-conventional factors, another factor what we see is like passive smoking. See, you might not be an active smoker, but a friend of ours will be smoking and we'll be having a cup of coffee or tea with him. See, he inhales through the bud, like what we can call the filter. But we smoke, the passive smoker is more injurious than even the active smoking. So do not try to even have a cup of coffee with a person who's having a smoke. That is this one point I would like to stress, and it's very an important point also. Then like while having your coming to our the diet, exercise, sleep, the stress levels, all these things matters a lot in our management of our heart disease. So we wish to have all of you to have a healthy heart. So, and control your risk factors. If you have a good family history or a strong family history of heart disease, do not think that it will be like father has a heart disease at the age of 60, and we might have even 10 years earlier. In the when we are 50s or 40s itself, we will be having the heart disease. Don't expect that only when we reach 60 we might be prone. So people who are having a family history of heart disease, they should be all the more careful and take all the precautions to avoid this. And people who are having risk factors in the form of diabetes mellitus or sugar, the high blood pressure, all these things should be kept in control. Yes, lifestyle modification is one of the major important things in managing a heart disease. As a person, if you try to have a good lifestyle, this can be very well prevented. Air pollution, is another one thing. See, the vehicle pollution, number of the smoke that is getting emitted from the vehicles. There are youngsters in the young group. That's what I was thinking at that time. I missed that point. After this passive smoking, riding prolonged in the city, there are people who are riding around 40 or 50 kilometers and travel to their work and come back. See, these are all non-conventional risk factors, and nowhere it is mentioned that this can have an heart attack. See, this smoke can affect each and every organ in the body, including the lungs for respiratory things, but heart also gets affected by this in the form of having heart attacks. So lack of sleep, passive smoking, this air pollution in the form, even to a certain extent, the drinking water, what we have, the food, what we consume. See, this all needs to be taken into account, and concentration needs to be done for all these things, which will prevent having a heart attack in the long run. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sir, for sparing your valuable time amidst your busy schedule. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have come to the conclusion of today's special program, creating awareness about stress. We will back with you with some other program on some other day. Until then, goodbye from all of us here. Good night.